Hi everyone, this is Sebastian. So I wanted to show my website for my freelance practice. This is the website I made. It's been heavily modified over a few HTML templates, probably 3 templates that I used and I modified. But I did a lot of custom code on this, and I want to show you how this website is doing. So if I type in WordPress developer Ottawa, you can see that this is a sponsored ad. These are companies here in Ottawa. This is Indeed. This is the top ranking WordPress developer in Ottawa. But this is me. This is Skylight Designs.ca is me. And WordPress web developer in Ottawa. I'm ranking third organically in my city. So in Ottawa. And then this is what is appearing, so people can see this and contact me. Okay, so that's WordPress. And just to show you that on the About page, this is a photo of myself. So you can see that it's really me. If I were to type in Craft CMS Ottawa, this is a sponsored ad, but this first result organically is me. So this is me right here. This is the first organic result. And this is my page. Also, if you type in Hugo Developer Ottawa, I'm the first organic result. So this is me again, the first organic result. But these keywords are not that difficult. So maybe like if I type in Hugo Developer, I can show you just across the world where I'm ranked. This is a bit more harder to rank for because it's across the world. If I go to the second page of Google, you can see that this is me right here. So if you type in Hugo Developer, I'm on the second page of Google without even mentioning my city. So if you click this, that's me. Okay. If I type in immersive web-based experiences, this is just immersive web-based experiences. This is not city located. I'm on the second page right now, so I'm right here on the second page. Immersive web-based experiences in Ottawa. If you type this in, this is me. But if I type in immersive web-based experiences Ottawa, I'm going to be number 1 right here. The number 1 organic ranking. Plus, I have the second link is again to my website. So this is me. If I type in Craft Developer, or Craft, I should say CMS Developer across the world, this should be harder to rank for because this is across the world, but I'm on the second page of Google. And you could see that, these are the kind of salaries that, are being advertised. And like, this is me right here, Craft CMS web developer in Ottawa. I'm on the second page of Google. If I click this is me. I'm sure it probably favors a little bit the rankings because I'm searching from my own city. If I was in a different city, the rankings wouldn't be as favored this way. But still, it's nice to know that I'm relatively high in the rankings. Just for Craft CMS developer, not specifically to Ottawa or anything like that. WordPress developer, that probably would be much harder to rank for. I'm probably not ranked very high. But if I type in, let's say, Hugo developer, I think I already looked that up, but I could look it up again, maybe. I'm not sure if I looked this up already. Hugo developer, I think I'm on the second page. Yeah, I'm right here on the second page. If I type in WordPress web developer Ottawa, like something very specific, yeah, I'm on the first page. Within the first few results, I'm right here. So this is me. Okay, so besides the rankings, I wanted to show you something interesting. That actually, my search traffic, my search volume is not that high. There are sometimes I get 6 visitors a day, 3 visitors a day, 4 visitors a day, 1 visitor, 3 visitors, no visitors, because I'm targeting Ottawa. And yet when I look at the stats here, it seems that there's more people coming from the United States than even in Canada. And I had 66 sessions this month. Probably not a lucky number, but anyway. But I could see here where the sources are coming from, that sort of thing. Yeah, so if I want to show you a neat feature on this website, see how, like, if I were to do this website for a client, see how, like, I could filter between Hugo, WordPress, Craft CMS, and so on. So if I go to WordPress, I have the Callisto website that I did, and you can see here it says WordPress. If I click on this, it also says WordPress, the platform I created on. But this could actually be adjusted just by a category or assigning a category. So here I'm on the site. So what's neat about Craft is that, like, this is all dynamic. So if I remove, let's say, restaurant, you know, like it removes right there. So I could add it back there. And if I assign a category, right now I'm assigning the category of WordPress. But if I remove this and I assign, let's say, Craft CMS and hit select, right now it's going to update to Craft CMS. But if I close the preview, just click save and continue editing, go to my portfolio and refresh the page. If I go to WordPress, it's no longer there. If I go to Craft CMS, it appears right here because now I assigned the category to Craft CMS. And if I look inside, it says the platform that it's created on is Craft CMS right here. And it's the same thing, it's just that it's filtered differently. And this is combining JavaScript with Twig and with some back end and front end. I really like the feature of Craft that you could do this. I don't know if you could do this in WordPress, probably not, but you can do it in Craft. I like Craft, as you can tell. Okay, so if I go to portfolio and I go here to Callisto, notice that these images are like this, but you could also have 2 images here or 3 images here. And what's interesting about this is now notice that when you cycle the images, when you click on this, it goes to the image that you looked at. So menu entree, right? And the next image that's in the list is place a reservation, right? So if I click on this image and I cycle through it, it's going to go to place a reservation, and then it's go to gallery, all food and restaurant, right? See that? So I was thinking that, like, okay, what if I want to reorder this? So like these 3 images are added here, but I wanted to move these 3 images up 1 level for whatever reason. Let's say I wanted to do that, or I wanted to remove the images or so on. I can go back here and I could go to the project. I'm just going to collapse everything to make it easier. So I'm just going to collapse everything. And this is a single image, large single image, collapse. Okay, so this is the medium double. So these are the 2 images and these are the 3 images. I'm just going to collapse everything else, make it easier for me. Okay, so with this, I could simply go here and I say image medium double, image small triple, image medium double. I could look at the 3 images and simply move it up 1 level like that. And that's all I did. Now if I save it, before I save, I want to show you the difference. See how there's 3 images down here, there's 2 images up here, and there's 1 image over here. And if I cycle through it, it's going to cycle to place a reservation, which is this first image right here. So I want to make it so that it goes from this image, menu entrees, to blog, right? And I want to reorder this. And all I have to do is save. So if I save and continue editing, then I have to go to this tab, wait for it to save, reload the page. And when I reloaded, it even jumped to the same section. And now these 3 images are up here. So if I go to menu entree, check this out. Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to be the next slide? It's going to be blog. It's not going to be place a reservation. It's going to be blog. And then blog post. And then, well, yeah, because there's another one. Blog post, place a reservation. So there's 3 images over here. Okay, and then menu entree, 3 images, and then place a reservation. So it changes the order. And if I order it back, actually what's really cool about this is that Craft has a feature where I could go back in history. So let's say I wanted to go to my revision 23. Okay, I can go, well, hold on, I'm just gonna discard the changes. And that's fine. But I'm gonna go back to this revision. So basically in this revision, everything was open. So I don't have to manually change everything. I could just go back to the old revision, convert from content from this revision, click save. If I go back here, these 3 images should be below these 2 images. If I refresh, that's exactly what happens. And that's the power of Craft, where you could edit content like that. There's also neat features I could show where, let's say on the homepage I have a testimonial. Like I could add testimonial slides. This seems like a complicated carousel with fading effects and everything. But imagine I just want to add a new testimonial. Rather than asking the developer, okay, I want to ask the developer to add a new slide on my testimonial. I can go back here, go to entries, go to singles, go to welcome to Skylight Designs. Now I have tabs. I go to the testimonial tab. I can simply collapse all these. And what's interesting about this is not only can I add testimonials, I could reorder them as well. So look at this. Like this is the first testimonial from Brian Cresci. This is the second testimonial from Diane Banks. Let's say I wanted Diane Banks to be prominent. I want it to be the first one. I just drag it like that, save it, go back here. Notice that this is the second testimonial and this is the first one. If I refresh, Diane Banks is the first one and Brian Cresci is the second one. See, I'm just changing the order. And what's interesting is I could also add testimonials. So if I click, I just reordered it. So I just say hello. I'm just gonna put hello, 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 and hello. And then I'm just gonna collapse it. Click save and continue editing. So I added a new testimonial. I'm just gonna refresh. Look at the last testimonial. It automatically added a circle. I'm just going to say what our clients think. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, it's kind of meaningless, but this is actually live, so I probably should remove this. But anyway, it's not like, it's fine. Okay, so I just saved it. Go back here, refresh, click on the last testimonial, and that's gone. Also, things like accordions are nice. If you want to change this background image, it's very simple. Go to entries, go to welcome to Skylight Designs. This is the background banner. I just removed this, click on this. Here I have a different image I can use. I'm just gonna click on this, assign it this. I could even drag and drop images if I wanted to. Like here I can drag and drop images to here, upload files. I'm gonna go background image, click on that. Click save and continue editing. Go back here. If I refresh, I just changed the image right there. So that's me changing the image. If I go back, go to web design, save it, go back here. Yeah, so it's changing on the fly. Also on the services pages, these are little things, like little kind of almost gimmicky things where you could change the side that this is on. Let's say I wanted this on the left side or this on the right side. It's not very important in my opinion, but let's say the client was picky about that. I'll just go to web design services, decide that I want to change the side of it, click save, go back here, refresh, and it's on a different side. You could dynamically change components with code. So I'd go back here, change it, save, go back, it goes back there. let's say I want to add an accordion. These are accordions, right? So I can see here, let's say I want to change the order of this or add a new one. I'm just going to go here. I'm going to go to FAQ, frequently asked questions. These are my accordions. I could reorder them if I wanted to. Let's say I wanted the fifth one up top. I could go to preview, go down here, and look at this. The fifth one is on top, right? So let's say I wanted the fifth one on the bottom. Plus I could also change the writing. It doesn't have to say 5. You know, I could also have it say whatever, because I could change the writing of this. I could change the writing of this. I could add a question. Let's just say I put 6. I put question. And then here I put answer. Okay, it's refreshing. So if I go down here, basically it says question, answer. See how I just added a FAQ on the fly? Just going to remove that. Now let's say I want to change these images. Okay, so let's say that's something I want to change. If I close the preview, I have to go back because these images are taken from the home page. So I'll go back to Skylight Designs. I go to Client Services. Let's say this is Hugo, right? So let's say what's interesting about this is that this is borrowed code now. So like imagine you have this page on your home page that has your services, but you also have your services page and you have your services here. But let's say for whatever reason you want to change the logo or the icon of this immersive web-based experiences. You don't like that icon. You want to upload a new one. So you go down here, you click this, you change the image. Let's say I make it Cinema 4D. Click Save. Okay, save and continue editing. Go down here. So this is the home page, right? Now it's Cinema 4D. See how it just changed the icon? And if I go to services, it's also updating here as well. So this is not magic. Like this has to be written in code to achieve this. So if you want to see the code, I can show you. I'm just going to change it. I'm just going to make it this. Save and continue editing. Go here. Refresh. See how I changed the icon now? So basically, I could show you the code. It's if I go to website, Skylight Designs, look at this. Go here, go here. This is the index. Now, this is Twig code. It's very simple. It's not extremely simple, but it's fairly simple because all I'm doing is I'm basically fetching information from the database and I'm displaying it on the front end. So all this Twig code, the code in red that you basically see, most of it is just for loops that are just looping over things and just fetching information from the database and displaying it on the front end. And I basically took an HTML. This is some commented out code. I was thinking of creating courses, but like this right here is a form. Like I'm using some plugins, but like for instance, right? Like if you wanted to see how I change these icons, right? I can show you that it's quite simple. Like you just go to services, I believe, entry. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where it would be. Client services. Yeah, it would be down here. Yeah, okay, here we go. So basically this is a switch. So you have a block, right? Okay, so everything is done kind of like almost like in a matrix almost. And there's a limit of 4 matrices within this block. So this is a block specific for Twig. So you just block, it's basically a for loop and it's simplified. And then you're just fetching the section of where this is found within the template, so within the fields. So you say that craft entry section home, and then you want to fetch it from the home, right? You're creating a switch block statement. You're creating a case. It's like a switch statement. You're creating a case. And then from this, you're just saying, okay, I just want to fetch this image. So for the source of the icon, I just want to say block services service image dot one. So you have to write this dot one because you're basically fetching, like, I'm not sure like the true reason behind it, but I feel it's because you're fetching like one, the first one. Like, it used to be called first and now it's like called one. So you're fetching one image, then you get URL, and then from this URL, actually you're getting the URL of the image that's in the back end. Okay, so you're fetching that URL and then you're putting an alt field, and then you're displaying that image on the front end. So that's basically it, I believe, right? And then here you have the service URL, like the link to the service name, and the service description. So all this block dot service description, basically all this is fields that you're fetching from the database. So you're fetching within fields within Craft CMS and you're displaying it on the front end. So I don't want to get into too much detail about how this works, but this is really powerful because you could basically fetch all this data and display it, and you could display it dynamically, and you could mix this in with JavaScript to create really incredible results. And you know, it's I mean, I think it's quite a valuable service for your client. So you know, the blog here is nice. You know, you have a filtering system, you have a search functionality, you can search the blog, you have a newsletter, and you know, the whole website is responsive. So if you scroll down here, you can see that it's, you know, this is using Flexbox, where it's like the spacing is dynamically adjusted, and using media queries to make sure that it's going to expand when it reaches a wider width. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. That's just some of the power of Craft CMS. And that's the reason I suppose I was offered 85 grand to work as a Craft CMS developer, WordPress developer, UX, UI designer, and SEO specialist, and the rest of it. But unfortunately, I talked more about my health than what I could do in code. But anyway, take care, guys, and hope you enjoyed. Cheers.